This is the podcast for you who want to learn more about the world of virtual and augmented reality. Have you ever heard of AR contact lenses that can film your surroundings? Or VR that take on a sustainable approach? Or have you ever wanted to know how it feels to fly? These are just a few examples of what VR and AR can do. Join two Hyper Island students, Viola and Jesper, on their adventures in the amazing and rapidly growing world of virtual and augmented reality.
VR all we are.
Let's try that as well, like VR all we AR. That sounds stupid.
We are all we are.
So, reality, what is it? I don't know.
Which one?
All of them. Obviously, so many different angles, can like explore pretty much anything to enhance like a new experience in so many levels.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to explore now, and I'm super excited.
Yeah. So, as you may have understood by now, you lovely listener to this podcast, we're gonna explore and deep dive into these different technologies and virtual realities, augmented reality. What else is there?
Mixed reality.
Yeah. I'm confused. I think you are as well.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
We're here to bring some clarity.
But let us introduce you to your hosts. That will be...
Me. My name is Jesper. I used to be an electrician, but I found out that I was not suited for that job. And now I'm changing industry. And now I'm a student of Hyper Island.
Lovely.
And I am super excited to make this industry change and gonna explore new opportunities, new jobs, new worlds.
Good idea.
So, who are you?
My name is Viola. I come from the fashion industry, a very shallow one. So I'm here to, I guess, enhance the industry. What I want to do, put some sprinkles on top and make it better, but also learn a lot of new things and, gain more knowledge, more flesh on my bones.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Knowledge, that's what we're all about.
And I'm also at Hyper Island, though.
Yes.
Might have mentioned that, but mentioning it again.
We are Hyper Island students.
Yes, it's a cult. I'm not sure if I'm part of the cult yet, but maybe.
I love cults. I want to be part of a cult. Yes, so to jump into this, say we would start with a check-in. And it's a really effective way to make the people you're interacting with to get to know your current feeling. And also a good way for your listeners to get to know us a little bit better. And how to do this is by asking a question. So, today's question is, what kind of art are you today?
What kind of art? I would say I'm a Salvador Dali painting, which is super weird. Melting clocks everywhere and miles long legs on elephants and animals. It's just very, very strange. So I guess with that, I'm feeling a little bit all over the place. Yeah. So he's cool, but weird.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with this artist, but
I need to show you.
Oh, I'm looking
He's a
forward to
legend.
it.
What about you, Jesper?
I've been looking into this neon art, and I found it super cool, like very, very aesthetically pleasing. So I'd say like it's I feel like an illuminating light in darkness. Like I'm trying to find my way in this void, and that's what I feel. It kind of like gives me the impression of a light in the dark.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Are we checked in?
I'd say so.
Cool.
So I have 5 things here that you need to know about VR and AR.
VR, or virtual reality, implies a complete immersion experience that shuts out the real world.
And AR, augmented reality, adds digital elements to a live view, often using a smartphone or a tablet.
It can be used everywhere, although mostly used today within the gaming industry. VR and AR are being used, for example, in education, healthcare, and entertainment.
And it's a huge industry. The market of VR and AR has an enormous potential, and by 2023, it's estimated to be valued around $160 billion.
VR and AR did not appear yesterday. Their history began in the past century and continues today. And who knows what kind of fantastic devices that will appear in the future. So, Jesper, do you know when the first prototype of a VR device or software was available for the people?
First time in history?
If you would take a guess.
I'd probably say around early 90s somewhere.
You're actually not right, or not correct.
Whoops.
The first virtual stimulator was actually developed in 1957. So yeah, quite a long time ago actually. And the first VR and AR helmet was actually developed in 1968. I have a picture of it.
Oh really?
Do you want to see?
Yes.
It looks like a big bug on his head.
Wow, that's amazing. It looks like an ant head, like with antennas.
Yeah, although it's not that far from how it looks today, I think.
No, not really. This almost looks a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Maybe they should go back in the design and the...
OG design.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I think, the first relationship that we might have with VR is from 1995, where Virtual Boy Nintendo was released. It was mainly sold in Japan and North America, but it was $180. So back then that was still a lot of money. So that was only available for the rich kids.
Not me.
Not me either. So that was like, I guess, the start of something, some gaming for kids, which is when it goes mainstream.
Makes sense.
But what about today?
Today, in the relation of VR and AR, it's still... VR is still kind of in the... it hasn't reached its full potential yet. There's a lot of work still around it. But they're estimating that if we give it some time in the future, VR realities will be as real as real life. Wow. It will look exactly the same. But right now it's more like looking like a really, really nice computer game.
Yeah.
So with that, the current status of the content is pretty limited. As mentioned, then it is mostly for products available in the gaming market. But Facebook and Apple are though also in the game of developing some other applications and services that are a little bit more accessible to the general public. For instance, next year Facebook is releasing their new platform, I guess you could say, Facebook Horizon, which is a VR world where you can interact with each other. We'll see how that goes, I guess.
Yeah. But I think that's why I haven't been that sold on VR, because I'm like, does not look like the real world at all.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think I'm waiting for as well.
Yeah.
But what you can do as well, apparently, is you can download the Google Expeditions app, and this Expeditions offers VR tours of iconic landmarks.
Really?
Yeah, you could go to Mount Everest, or you could also have some educational angle from it, and have a tour of around recycling, a recycling industry, at a power plant maybe. Or you could even have a tour of the anatomy of human skin, for educational purposes.
No way.
So
I need to download that now.
Yeah,
And that's available now.
Yeah, that's cool. It is. And so that's kind of how the VR industry is. It's on the rise. It is going. It will definitely develop into something truly remarkable, I think, but it is kind of in the starting phase still. It needs more. It needs more time. On the other hand, with the augmented reality (AR), that is way more like it has a way bigger usage in like today's industry already. Like it is already gone beyond gaming now, and it's more shown more potential within other markets like traveling and like retail and whatnot. For instance, IKEA have used it so that their customers can preview furniture in their home.
Yeah, I tried that.
Yeah?
I'm like, does this lamp fit here?
Exactly.
And it's real size stuff, so it's quite good actually.
Did you feel like it? Did you feel like it worked?
It was like limited amount of products, and I mean, but it was the computer version of the furniture, so I
Sweet.
mean, it was pretty good, like size-wise, to know if the sofa fits here. So that was a good tool.
Nice. Well, at least it probably saved you some time.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's still doing fairly well in all, like in the gaming thing, of course.
Yeah.
Gaming seems to be like this market's top thing in general. Like games, like still Pokemon Go is still going strong, and a lot of other games.
I heard they released a Harry Potter now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I need to
you
try
can
that.
download
What do you
that.
do? You
You're
don't-
like, I guess you're chasing Voldemort? I don't know.
Oh, cool. Well, that
Or
makes
he
sense.
who must not be named.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. So VR and AR can basically go anywhere from here.
Definitely, it's only gonna become better. And now, when this technology becomes mainstream, it will definitely kick off, and it will truly show like its potential, I think. So we're gonna head into our topic for today, and
Finally.
yeah, and the question that we are kind of exploring now is VR and AR, the new way of experiencing art, and does it bring people together?
Does it?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I know a little bit because as we've done, there's a bit of research that we've done into this topic, and I'm gonna start off.
What have you found, Jesper?
Yes, the first thing that like caught my attention that I thought was really cool was this company called VR All Art.
Almost sounds like our podcast name.
Yeah, I know.
Inspiration.
Inspiration, coincidences. And so VR All Art is a visual platform from Switzerland. It is founded by this guy called Vitomir Jevremovic. I think it's
That was
pronounced.
a nice pronunciation, I think.
Yeah.
Good first try, yeah.
Yeah, he is a guy from Serbia, and he is the CEO and founder of VR All Art. And he started learning programming software development when he was already like 10 years old, so he has had a long journey. So what this platform is, it's a way for artists, museums and exhibitions to be put in a virtual reality where everybody can go and explore and acquire pieces of art. And
So like in a space.
yeah, exactly. So you can go into this virtual dimension, this reality, and walk like in an actual museum. So you are able to have like you as a creator. It's made for everyone in that sense. Like you as a creator of art have now a platform where you can put up your own like art pieces and artwork. You can make your own exhibitions, and you can make it public for everyone. So no more boundaries, no more like this is like the accessibility when it comes to this is it's inevitable, like not even inevitable words. It's infinite. That was the word I was looking for.
But do you have to like? So it's art for everyone who wants to consume it, but is it art for anyone to produce it? Like, can anyone put up this virtual art?
Yes,
because
exactly.
not everyone can create virtual art.
No.
So you have to know that.
Yes, but it's like you don't. What you do is that you put up your actual art piece. So it's not that you make it in like. It's not necessarily that you make it like as an AR VR experience per se, which you also can. But it's like it would be exactly like it would be as if you would go onto a art gallery or an exhibition or a museum, exactly like that, and you will walk in this environment and explore all this art content.
So it's basically a painting or artwork hanging, standing.
Exactly.
There.
Yeah, exactly.
So
like
they
how
make
it
that
would be in a gallery.
into in the virtual reality.
Yes, exactly.
That's so cool. So even if it's like a museum in Sao Paulo,
Yes.
you can visit it.
Yes. So what they've done is that when with museums per se, they have taken the whole museum, copied exactly the interior, and then put it up as like a virtual world. So like a virtual dimension of the already existing place with also all the art pieces that is already like existing in that museum. So like you don't need then to go to a certain country to be able to experience these special artworks, because they are all scattered all over the world. So now you can location doesn't matter.
But is it free?
That's actually some of the stuff that I really tried to find out. What does it cost?
Yeah.
So like in a way I feel
It's like a museum ticket.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. That's what I'm thinking that it would be like. So it would be like that you would pay like a little a ticket, or like if you wanted to experience it by yourself, you would have to use like your computer, buy your own VR headset. Or your phone, because they've spread to like the whole market of art, and in the industry. So like they also have like a mobile application for augmented reality features. They also have mixed reality applications like holograms, and also classic website where you also can like go into these galleries, exhibitions, and also look into the certain artist to see all the artwork. So like in space, time, money, it's all gone. The accessibility and how it's opened, it's incredible.
But in what way do you think this brings people together?
Because now everybody can experience the art from all around the world and the culture from all around the world. And I see this is how it brings people together to create understanding, and like to create like that you can experience the same things. They have democratized art in this sense.
Would be so cool. Like instead of, I don't know, just a school class or something. Like today we're going to MoMA.
Exactly.
But we're in Sweden.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. That would be so awesome.
Exactly. So also then for educational like purposes, it would be amazing. Yeah.
Are there any famous artists that's in
Yes.
these exhibitions?
Yeah. Yes. I went on the website and I looked onto like the artists that they have put up there already. It's still a thing that is in development, so it's not finished. It's just gonna be like develop and become better, because the VR experience as it is right now is just at like the ground zero kind of. It's just gonna get better. So it's still a work in progress. But the artists that I looked into at the actual web page was a lot of artists from countries that have problem with their actual location. So for instance, Cuba. So like they had tons and tons of artists from Cuba that could now have a platform where they can show off their art. And also, as I mentioned, now they can sell it. People can like now trade art with each other on a worldwide platform.
But do you think if you think way ahead in the future, do you think that stuff like museums and galleries will even exist? Or like if this is a solution to make it such a more open space for people, why would we go with the old alternatives?
I still think like that people still would like analog, the authenticity,
Yeah.
like the actual like physical experience still.
Yeah.
So I still like believe that it's gonna coexist.
Because I think that's been maybe my main struggle with VR, that, as you mentioned, it's not that good quality yet. I feel like it's really good for gaming, because then, well, you're still in this weird virtual world that doesn't have to be something like the real one. But with a museum and art, I feel like, of course, virtual reality is some form of art itself, but visiting a gallery or something, I'm not sure how that would look real.
But like the actual art pieces is looking actually spot on. So they look super nice. The
Yeah.
more problem, or like problem, not really, but like it's more the general surroundings that doesn't feel as real.
Yeah.
And that's what I guess is going to be like the progress later on when this technology gets to grow. What I found was super cool, that the possibilities also, that when you have this like dimension of a larger or more to say infinite space, you can also, like, you're not limited by the physical space of your exhibition, so you can put more art pieces in there, and you can also have a more fluid story, like about yourself and your work, and also give it like almost like a personal tour around the art and how it was made. Like you can put up sketches and like references and like what was your feeling,
Yeah.
like, and all that kind of stuff.
Do you think it will be more like modern futuristic art, or do you think that the classics will be using this as well?
Everything.
Everything.
It's infinite. Like it's infinite. Like everybody, anyone can create like their own gallery, their own thing. So it's the possibilities for this is endless.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Viola,
I have
What do you
done
have?
some research as well. Actually, what I found is a well-known performance artist. You might know Marina Abramovic.
sick.
Legend. She is well known for, performance artist, but she also often uses her body in her artworks.
Yeah.
And she often calls herself the grandmother of performance art.
Love it.
So she's a big legend. That's what I'm trying to say. And she has done some VR work. She teamed up with Acute Art. They're a platform / host for galleries with VR experience.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it something similar to what I talked about?
I think so, yeah. They're quite hand in hand. And Marina has done a VR performance for them. It's called Rising. So they specialize in VR experiences, and she wanted with this project Rising to raise awareness about climate change, because as you know, our planet is suffering. And yeah. So users are invited to make contact with this, with a virtual Marina Abramovic. There's an app, it's called Acute Art, where you can experience this in your phone or computer or whatever.
But is that augmented or is that?
No, it's actually VR. So I tried it
How?
yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went around in our classroom just like, what? So ideal would be to have this, cardboard goggles thing where you put your phone. But I just held it up.
Okay, so you don't see your surroundings of the classroom. You only
Yeah.
see what they portray.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what makes it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Virtual reality. So they find the user then find themselves surrounded by a dramatic scene of melting polar ice caps. So you're basically in the North Pole.
Was that what you saw?
Yes.
Oh.
So you're on like this, float.
But like a little raft?
Yeah.
Piece of wood?
Yeah, piece of wood.
Right.
Or old ship. And the viewers, she urges the viewers to reconsider their impact on the world around them, asking them to choose whether or not they should. They show these like crazy images of ice melting, and then switch to her in like a glass cage with water level rising on her while she's drowning.
Mm.
So users are then they get the possibility to select kind of if they want to save her or not.
Kind of like really puts you in what do you say, like keeping you hostage of like your morals.
Exactly.
Like, would you let this person die or live? And
Yeah. So in that way, raising awareness of sustainability and like saving the planet. So it's very dramatic.
Sounds so cool. I have to look this up.
Yeah, so they have to choose though then whether or not to save her from drowning by pledging to support the environment, which then lowers the water in the tank so she doesn't drown.
What, pledging themselves to save the environment? Do you make it like a deal, or are you just telling yourself like, I will make a change from now on, or like?
I mean, I tried to be like, where's the send money link? But it didn't appear, so I'm like, okay. But maybe you can do that online.
Well, fair enough though. I feel sometimes that it feels better also, like not necessarily like send money.
Yeah, like give money.
Like change your own behavior.
Yeah.
Like it kind of makes sense. I think that's the future of like to help the environment.
Yeah.
But,
so if you want to try this, you can access the app by downloading Acute Art VR and try it out, because anyone can do it with a smartphone.
Sick.
Yeah, I think also on Acute Art's website there was a backstage video or behind the scenes when they made this, and I think that's also really good insight on how actually VR is made, because he was in a water tank and like had these cables strapped to her, and yeah, so it's very, very real actually.
So it's like you'd say then that by raising this awareness, is that like to bring like the community of people together to help it out each other, or like?
Yeah, I think just as like Climate Strike March and Women's Rights March, this is like a new way of raising awareness and bringing people together to act on these different problems.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very, since you're experiencing it in real life, you can go see the ice caps melting, and you can, well, not experience it in real life, but I get
it.
Virtual
Yeah.
reality. The main thing is the app where you can download. So that's like the purpose of this particular art project, art performance. But I see that they do some gatherings also around the world. So then I guess they set up more professional VR equipment.
Yeah.
But actually in the beginning of the app, I'm gonna open it now on my phone. They ask like, are you in a VR installation or phone?
Oh, so maybe
So you can choose, and then I chose phone. Like here, because they don't only have Marina Abramovic. They have a different one. They have one called Ku Jong-a and Alicia Kwade. Natalie Djurberg and Hans Berg. Like, so there's a lot of different ones, but Marina Abramovic is definitely the biggest one. So you can stream it. You must be connected to Wi-Fi, and it's buffering. But it's really, I think this is really cool, futuristic app. So here they ask, do you have a VR headset? And I said no. And then you just rotate the device, and you start off in this like.
Oh shit!
Thing. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's Acute Arts. Download it now.
I will later.
So, VR, what a thing.
VR and AR.
And AR. What did we learn today from this beautiful episode? VR is here to stay.
I would definitely say so.
If you get into it now, you can make some big bucks.
Yeah, I guess. You have definitely the opportunity, though you have to compete with some big dogs like Facebook and Apple and all these.
Screw them.
Well.
Yeah.
Companies. But my main takeaway is definitely like how this opened up the world of art for everyone.
Agreed. So, check out.
Yes.
I have a question. What sci-fi movie do you think the world will be like in the future?
That would be Blade Runner, the remake.
Oh, I really want to see that one.
Oof, it's
Love
really...
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, and Harrison Ford. He
Yeah.
has a comeback, and also he's like the original character from the original movie. But yeah, I just see that like a kind of environment, like everything is so industrial, like it's like holographic advertisement everywhere. It's dark, it's polluted, like and the world is just like it's a merge between like real, what is real, but like living people and like AIs, like robots and whatnot. What about you?
I think I've watched the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix, and it's this AI device that kind of not controls his life, but like is the main assistant for this guy's life, and he falls in love with her. That can be the future in a few years, that people actually have relationships with their Google Homes, Alexas, and Siris.
Crazy. I hope
Who knows?
I'm not one of those people.
I hope not as well. That would be very sad. Or
but if you are
nice
that
for lonely people.
Yeah, I guess. If
I
you
don't
are
know.
that person, I'm not gonna judge.
Exactly. Who are we to judge?
You do you.
You do you, and we do us, and now we do the end.
Yes. Thank you all for taking the time to listen to our podcast and joining us into this journey of this technology of virtual and augmented reality.
See you next week.
Thank you for tuning in. We will be exploring the future of VR and AR every week, every Friday. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Next week, our topic will be future of VR and AR in gaming. Don't miss out. Bye!